I can feel something cooking, Pakistan football fans. I can feel it. I can see what he's doing. He's cooking. It's my Thierry Henry impression. I hope you like it. Well, this is it, isn't it? This is the game. I mean, round 2 of World Cup qualification. I've said in countless videos what an achievement to get here, how amazing round 1 was. And actually, if you've seen my preview of the Saudi game, I said I think success is around the 4-0, 5-0 mark. I said I think anything kind of higher than 4, you're going, okay. I said like 1-0, 2-0, ridiculously good. And of course it could have been 2-0. A couple of sloppy ones late on to get it to 4. But ultimately I think you can walk away with your heads held high. But now attention turns to this huge game at home in Islamabad on PTV. The same as the Cambodia game was. I love it. I absolutely love it. You can complain that it's not HD and that the quality's not great and that it looks like something out of the 1990s. I love it. It's a throwback. It's such a callback for me watching it as I did the Cambodia game. Sensational. We might do a watch along for it. We might. If you want to join us for a watch along, get something down in the comments that we should do it. We might. Not got any watch alongs planned for this international window. This could be the game because I think there's a real opportunity here for Pakistan. Not necessarily to win, but to show once again that they shouldn't be underestimated. You look at some of the results from the first day of round 2. Afghanistan, they've got their troubles. Right, I'm going to quote Afghanistan's result. I know the situation with the first team. But they lost 8-1. We saw Bangladesh lose 7-0. You played Saudi Arabia. You only lost 4-0. 2 late goals. Would have been 2-0. 3-0, probably a fair scoreline. That's not bad. You're a level so high above your FIFA World Ranking now that it's almost scary, the progress that Constantine, and of course credit to the players that you've brought in as well as some of the players who have represented the national team in the past as well. There seems to just be a level that you've gone up in such a short space of time. It's genuinely fantastic to see. What I'm hopeful to see as well is loads of friendlies next year, because you've got to wait a little bit of time before, you know, the next round of World Cup qualification games. You're going to have a tough time in World Cup qualification as a group. We need to see you play, in my opinion, teams a little bit better, more consistently, but not at like a crazy level. I mean, you're playing Tajikistan, what are they, 104 in the world rankings? And I quote it all the time in the world rankings. It just makes it easy for me to sort of benchmark where teams are. If you could get some games maybe against some of the Oceania sides, who of course I love to see as well, then... Sorry, I'm trying to kick my phone away because I don't want to interfere with the mic, but that didn't go very well. I think I just pulled a hamstring. I'd like you to play teams like Papua New Guinea. I'd be interested in that. I think that's a real... You need to reset where you are in the world rankings in my mind and really understand kind of where you are as a team, because highly likely that you, of course, lose to Tajikistan. However, the only thing I'm going to say is I don't think it's guaranteed. And the fact that I'm talking about a Pakistan team that might not lose to Tajikistan, imagine me saying that 6 months ago. The progress, crazy. Constantine clearly knows what he's doing. The players that are either UK-based or based in other parts of the world, Nabi, I think he's done very well. Of course, Otis Khan, Imran Kayani, and Harun Hamid. Of course, a shame that we haven't seen Issa Suleiman play, but hopefully he can be back for the next lot. I mean, a lot of those players I've just named, attacking-based players, and yet you seem to be so solid defensively. I know you lost 4-0, but context has to be applied. Didn't concede to Cambodia. What can you do against Tajikistan? I'm desperate for a goal. I think the crowd would love a goal, and I do think that the crowd were excellent against Cambodia. And the longer the game goes on 0-0, I said this about the Saudi game, I say this about a lot of games in football, the longer it goes on 0-0, the more the crowd gets behind the Pakistan team. You have to not concede, in my view, in the first 15-20 minutes. That will get Tajikistan worried. This is a huge banana skin. They drew their first game, of course. Their whole qualification hangs on this game. Yours doesn't. This is just an opportunity for Pakistan to show where they are, the level that they have achieved as a national team in the space of in no time at all. And I fancy you to do something extraordinary, actually. Can you do it again? Can you do something extraordinary again? You've done it twice against Cambodia and then arguably against Saudi Arabia as well. It's a shame about those 2 goals. Probably tip it over into, oh, okay. But let's do something again, Pakistan. Let's do something that takes it to that next level. What does success look like from a Pakistan perspective? I think a 3-1 defeat is success. The reason why I say 3-1 and not 2-0 or 4-0, that doesn't work. Anyway, the reason why I say 3-1 instead of 2-0 is I think you need a goal. I think you need a goal at some point in round 2, because when in years to come we look back at this, if you see a lot of results to 0, it's not quite the same. I'm going to talk about San Marino briefly, a side that loses almost every game that they ever play. But they literally celebrate like mad when they score goals. Pakistan versus San Marino would be a great game, by the way. But Pakistan, that's not the vision for the future that we want to see. We want to see competing at a higher level. But in this first, if you go through the whole of round 2 without scoring, I think there'll just be a little bit of disappointment. Just a tiny bit. If you score in this game, arguably your easiest home match that you played, easiest match in the group, even if you lose, you still achieve something. It'll still be your first ever round 2 goal that you scored. And of course for the players that's a huge incentive as well. Otis Khan's still looking for his first goal in beautiful kits. I have to mention it every time, the beautiful kits. This is an opportunity. The counter-attack worked. You almost scored, but you had a couple of half chances against Saudi Arabia. And I know some people say, oh yeah, it might not have been their full first team, they were without some players. I don't care. Still against Saudi Arabia, against this Tajikistan team. I think 3-1 is success. 2-0 is also success. A draw, all I'm saying is it's not impossible. Maybe a 1-1. Of course a 0-0. That is success for Constantine's men as well. But I think he'll be looking at this game, and after the performance in Saudi Arabia, I think he'll be licking his lips at this one. Look at the fact that Tajikistan drew. They'll know that a win against Pakistan puts them in the commanding role in this group, because Saudi likely to beat Jordan. And then, of course, Tajikistan will be in that second place spot, the all-important second place spot. A good result for them, to be fair, against Jordan. But this is an opportunity for Pakistan football to show where it's at, to show what it's achieved across the last few years, and to really do something extraordinary again for the 3rd time in just a few months. I believe that Constantine and his men can do it. I believe that you can get that goal, that historic goal. But I also believe that there's a draw on the cards here. I hope I'm right. Statistics, world rankings, everything tells me that I'm wrong. But I still think that success can be achieved by Pakistan in this World Cup qualification group. Arguably, it's already been achieved getting here. But I think a goal, something for the fans at home, is really what you're after. And I really, really hope that you can get it. Pakistan football fans, what does success look like for you? How do you think you can do in this one? And what do you class as success? Not just in the Tajikistan home game, but in round 2 as a whole. Congratulations once again for a very stoic performance against Saudi Arabia. And all the best for that home game, that crucial game against Tajikistan. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time.